Well, hello, hello. How are
What's
you?
going on, Michelle? I'm well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. And I guess you know what I look at. I didn't realize because I only see myself that you have both on the screen, so we can we could done either one. I think I saw Huntsville, so I was just like, oh, you know. But in any case, Huntsville it is. How's your day been going?
It's going well. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Very, very hot. And
Okay.
I this weekend I did something outside, and but you know what I'm saying? When it's so hot, you don't want to do anything just outside. But it was fun though. But I have a little fan, and it worked out. It worked out. So yeah, you
You
ready to
said,
get?
like, can you believe I went outside?
Because I mean, I avoid it at all costs. Like like I'll go outside, but like an event that's outside and it's like 100 degrees.
Mhm,
No, no.
mhm,
But it was
mhm.
with margaritas, so that helped. It was a margarita fest. But anyway, let's get
Okay.
into this masterclass of mess, which both shows. So we'll review Love and Marriage Huntsville episodes 3 and 4 first, and then we'll look at Dubai. But with I think the last we left off, of course we had the issues with Martell and the arrest. We had the Sonny and the Moses issue that was going on, and I forgot what else was going on, but it was all a mess. So when we start off this episode, it's Miss Nell, who is the older lady, and Melody. They're playing pickleball. And so they hit it back and forth just enough times to record and not get too sweaty.
Well, I was Miss Nell was having like a semi heart
Right.
attack. Like, I was like,
I'm
what's
like,
going on?
okay, oh yeah, y'all could have did a brunch or something. They had to get a drink or something. They were wrong for that, but in any case, she did it. And so Melody was like, okay, why didn't you come to the podcast? Remember, we talked about that a little bit. I was like, okay, because this show is new for us, I'm still learning the dynamics. Are you learning more and
Mhm.
more about like the dynamics of
Yes. Yeah.
people
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
um what I'm learning is it seems like Miss Nell is one of the people that's kind of neutral and in the middle,
Hmm.
but she'll pick sides from time to time. So she must be friends with the Letitia crew and also Melody, also
But
Martell.
I like the way that she handles things.
Yeah,
Like she will actually talk to you and tell you what she's thinking, what she and I love that.
yeah.
I love that for I was about to say as a character, as if this is scripted.
Wink, wink. Yes. So she, is explaining that um, for her excuse was it was sold out, and so she was in Georgia at the time, and
Now, do you think that was believable?
I believe she was in Georgia, and I believe it was
When she said, "I ain't going to that mess."
right. Because to me, I'm literally the next thing I don't know these people. I'm thinking like, if this your friend, just call her like, girl, this thing sold out. You got some extra tickets or some comp ticket, something. And
Let me be your
so
assistant or something.
yeah. And I also thought it was odd that the whole cast wasn't there. So I was just like, okay, it must be some dynamics where not half the cast, only one person showed up. So that was very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so then she asked about the whole domestic violence stuff with him, the whole little situation. And this is where I think, because remember last time I was like, I don't remember her talking about him covering up his penis. That's where or his, what can we say on here, but his member in the video. But then she added on, because it's the first time, I think the first time I remember her saying that the baby mama had the recording and showed it to her sister, and it had just gotten too crazy because she had heard too much. And then when he sent her the picture of it, then she just went to the police department and she just felt like it was divine timing. It seems like Miss Neal understood that, okay, I get, I don't want to see no black man in jail, but I get it
Yeah,
now.
you about to put he was about to put her business out. Like,
Yeah,
of course, anybody would, have a problem with it. Anybody would have a problem with it.
right. And I mean, not to skip, but skipping. Okay, remember when he was talking to the guy? I think it was Miss Neal's husband.
Hmm.
And he was like, "Well, what was the picture like? You said it was a thing and a picture. Yeah, And I'm like, Martell, oh my God. So that's where I was just like, okay, yeah, he's a liar and not a good one.
So I had two thoughts about this.
Mm-hmm.
Either he's talking to his attorney, and his attorney has basically coached him about what to say, what not to say, how to do it, or he's a master class liar, and he wants to know what this man, because he kind of did the same thing when he was talking to her. Like,
Yeah,
basically, tell me what you know, and based on what you know is going to be like how I respond.
yeah,
And that was how I was feeling. Like, dude, you like just so much about him as a person. Something wrong with that man.
yeah. And I'm
Something wrong with that
like,
man.
to me, it was, I don't know, I didn't think it had anything to do with the attorney. Because to me, like, it would be easier to say, I I'm just I can't say too much about it right now because we're in legal stuff. I would say something like that, but no, he was just like, no, I sent her picture. He's like, was she naked? No, it was just kind of like, no, yeah, he was lying for real. He deleted everything. So to me, if I'm telling the truth, then here it is. Like, he's showing everybody that text like nobody's business, but he's not showing that picture. And oh, go ahead.
No, I thought it was because at some point he had to have shown his mom. At some point, it seems like he showed the guys. It seems like, at least. So between then and then, he just decides to delete everything. None of that makes sense to me.
But I thought he just deleted the picture. I think he still had the text because they showed the text on the show. So I think he deleted the picture. But to me, if the picture is the issue, why delete it? Because that makes you look guilty.
He
And
still got it in his phone.
yeah, he still got his phone. And Melody, like, to me, if it wasn't anything explicit, they would probably show it on the show, just like they showed. Because Melody got the same text. She got the actual text from the police report. I wonder if we can look it up. I don't know. But in any case, she's still there with Miss Neal. And they moved to, I guess they're done, but they moved to Montel, and he is talking to Miss Neal and about the whole situation. They're having lunch or something like that. And so Miss Neal mentions that, I didn't know this, but it was probably in a previous season, but she was like connected with him because she can understand, people doing things to you, because her stepdaughter went to the blogs and said she was a side chick. But I guess her husband was married, but she didn't know. She claimed she didn't know. And they were going through a divorce. And then, she became the side chick.
No, I'm looking at you because I could, you use the word claim, so I don't think you believe that she. You believe
Right.
she was a side chick.
And like, okay. So with the side chick, okay. When are you and when are you not a side chick? So is it, let's say it's separated, divorce papers just have to be signed. Is she a side chick then? But he was still married. She said they were going through a divorce. And I know people that go through divorce for years and years, and some go through divorces and get back together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't finish the whole process. So technically, I think she was a side chick. I don't know. Thoughts?
It's so confusing. It's so confusing because of everything that you just said.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so hard. Like on that, I'm kind of like Martell. It was like, hey, if you say she wasn't a side chick, she wasn't a side chick. And clearly, y'all been married for 30 years. So at this point, she's no longer the side chick.
Right.
Right. So that's a dicey one. That's a dicey one.
Yeah, because she definitely came in with the side chick energy. She didn't, and I don't know, like,
it's plausible that she didn't know.
Yeah. It's some people that don't know, but I don't, and I guess back then you probably didn't do as much research as we can today. Like, today, you say something and you can put in names and search everything and find out a whole lot of stuff about people. So I can believe she may not have known, but it could have been a point where she found out but stayed, but I don't know. So Stormy and Latricia, I think it's Latricia. Latricia is the workout girl. And
the long chin one.
you did say to say how she looked, and I went with the positive. I didn't mention her strong face at all. I don't know if she was on previous seasons, but
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, this is her first appearance in this season or whatever. But
she coming in hot.
She is.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna let you go.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So they initially start talking about Stormy's IVF journey and how and how they've been through things. And then she mentioned that I think Letitia mentioned that Letitia, who is I think Marcel's wife, she's the one that's a little messy. You know, Letitia, she's kind of brown skin, and she was the one was told Sonny, the one that's married to Moses last week. She was like, I didn't take you as a she didn't say homeworker. It was a different word she used, but she was the one that's kind of messy. But she wasn't really in this episode. That she was like in a clip for episode.
Yeah, all messy.
Yeah,
every last one of them messy.
That's true,
and I love it. So don't stop.
You like yes. So, Letitia wants to get personal training from. So Letitia and Latricia, I guess, she wants to get personal training. Stormy and Letitia don't get along. So this is when I'm finding out that I didn't realize that until, but she said she did call her husband a B, and she stands on that. And I kind of believe it from what I'm seeing from Marceau, because he was the one with the cigar, the darker skinned one with the cigar. And we'll talk about that later, but I can see him being messy and being called a B by one of the ladies, for sure. And so they discussed their relationship. Letitia's dating this guy that she met, and he ended up being like this wonderful guy, but they're just coming out with their relationship because I guess she had trust issues in the past, but later we found out it could have been too because she was still married and is still married. That could have been why the delay. We'll see. But let me see. Stormy and her husband go car shopping. I don't know. They're not that exciting together. He's kind of like low key, cool, funny. Like he seems like a nice guy, like a good husband, but he's not bringing the energy to the show that that we need or whatever.
Okay, hold on. Let's get this together.
Okay.
So which guy had the cigar?
Marceau in the middle, yes.
Okay.
They both had cigars, but the Marceau is the one, and he's married to Letitia, who's the girl right next to Martell.
Okay.
So they're married. Of course, we know Marcel and Melody. I think the guy on the end and the lady on the end are married too.
I believe so.
And yeah, I haven't seen them together, but I think they have the same last name, Kimmy Scott, and whatever his name is, Scott.
Okay.
So, yeah. So anyway, let's see. The Mel, Letitia, and Kimmy meet up, and they do like some flower activities, and you can tell that this is kind of new for them. So apparently Letitia and Kimmy had issues with Melody in the past, but they're trying to work it out. So this is like their scene to work it out or whatever. And as they're talking, she asked them too, like, why you didn't come to my podcast? And I was like, okay.
As Kimmy continued, I thought they were eating. As Kimmy continues to get her food, she was.
They might have been eating too, but they were some kind of flower shop or something they were doing.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
So Kimmy was like, well, what did she say? I can't remember. I just remember Letitia was like, look, no invite, I ain't coming. Because apparently in the past, they went to a Melody event and got escorted out. So she was like, you know what? You ain't got one time to kick me out of the event because
and that's a real concern. That's a real concern. Like I'm just gonna be honest. Just
right. And I don't know the situation, I don't know the context of why they got kicked out. It could have been merited, but you kicked me out. So yeah, I ain't buying no tickets. I ain't coming. You gotta invite me. And yeah. So I'm actually with her on that. Now, Kimmy, I remember now, she said that the millimeters were like very against them, and so they don't want to be sitting in the audience full of people that's gonna be, who knows, and those millimeters were on fire that night. So yeah,
Another real concern.
yep. So,
And the way that she said it, she was just like, I don't care how you feel about it. That's how I feel. Nah. So there's something about her that I like.
oh, Kimmy or Mel, which one?
Kimmy.
Oh,
Kimmy, the one that was just getting the food. Like,
yes.
I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And something about her that I really like.
Yeah, because to me, I can see the likability because she seems straight, like she could be about the mess, but she's not messy. Mm-hmm. And it's something like, I feel like she's the realest. Like she's not, some of them may be putting on a little spice, a little show, which we love, but I feel like she just kind of real with it. And it could be, I don't know how she was past seasons, but if sometimes when you're facing death, like if she had cancer, she may be like, you know what, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm about to keep it real. So that could be it too. So they discuss, of course, the whole arrest and everything. And this is the first time they mentioned revenge porn, which was like a term that came out, I think, when the Me Too movement came out or whatever. Do you have any revenge porn out there?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Me either.
No.
So that was basically the end of episode 3. Episode 4 opens up with, look at your face.
I'm so caught off guard, but that is within my wheelhouse. I recognize.
Oh gosh. Nobody know I'm like, well, anyway, I'll say that. So the next episode opens up with Martell talking to the lady, Miss Nell, for her 60th birthday party, or 60 plus as he shaded her called, because I don't know how old she is. But as they talking or whatever, she basically ends up saying, I got a birthday party and one of y'all coming and it's not going to be you. It's going to be Melody or whatever. And he was like, F that party. I don't need to be there, which I don't know their dynamics. It does seem like they communicate and she likes him and he likes her. And it could be, like when people get divorced, everybody always say sometimes you got to pick a friend or pick a side, and Melody's the one being picked in this case. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't choose Martell.
I know.
Well, actually, let me take that back. I'd probably be cool with both of them, but neither one would know.
And that might be what Miss Nell is doing, but she on camera. But I mean, it seems like, I can see Martell being a good time, outside of the drama and the lying and stuff like that. I could see him being a fun person, but aside from that, man.
That man has some type of trauma in his life. I really do believe it.
Something.
Because it keeps him acting like a child. Like every time he's caught in a lie, he just smiles. Like, who does that? Who does that?
And his mom doesn't hold him accountable, seems like.
At all.
And of course, what I'm going to say, definitely as a mom, you don't want to like be bashing on your child, but you do want them to be accountable if it's something that they're doing wrong. Don't stand 10 toes down with them and they wrong.
Grow the fuck up. Be a man.
That part. Because I don't know how old he is, but yeah, it's time. He should be grown. But so Marceau meets up with the guy. So Marceau, whatever the other Scott guy, Kimmy's husband, and Moses, they meet up to discuss Moses and the whole issue. So Moses comes in.
So hold on, wait a minute. Can we talk about like why is it that they feel like they have the moral authority to be meeting with everybody?
That's what I'm wondering.
I need their backstory and I need it
quickly, because I will say Marceau made a little more sense than the other guy this time, but because last time when they was talking to Martell, I'm just like, what are y'all talking? I was so lost. I'm like, whatever advice y'all trying to give to him, it's not gonna work because I don't even get it. He don't even get it. But I don't know if it's that their role is to, I don't
Be
know,
mediators or whatever.
or something. But they definitely part of the mess. Like for a cast member to call your husband a B, he must be in the mess some kind of way. And this is the mess. If you think about it, they in the mess again with Moses. So
Camera time. They just want camera time.
yeah.
Well, it's love and marriage, and it's not Housewives. So
That's true.
They got the men got to have their time, their shine.
That's true. So they're cast members, actually, not just friends of or husbands of. So that is true. I didn't think about that. So anyway, Moses comes in and they were just like, that was really quick. And he was saying like, it didn't work out for him and Destiny because she didn't put in the work. And they just thought it was like really fast, the turnaround between him with Destiny and him with Sunny. And the break off should have been cleaner with Destiny. And Kimmy mentioned that he waited a year before he started the relationship, and they were still calling his wife the side chick. So it's interesting because how long do you think after a divorce or a serious relationship should you wait to move on? Or before you see somebody as the side chick or the what do they call it? Like when almost like
rebound.
Yes, the rebound person.
Okay, so rebound is just that. It's a rebound. It's like boom. As soon as you're done with one relationship, you're into whatever it is that you want to call it with the next person. You're the rebound. Whatever whatever that first person rebound. Mm-hmm. Now side chick. This is like all these terms are just kind of like floating together, if you will.
Or do you feel like it's a time where this to not be a rebound, not be considered a rebound, but you see them in a relationship and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they got a new person.
I would say for me, a year. However, when I try to give myself a year, that's when my friends are like, dude, it's been 5 months. What are you doing? It's time. So I don't know, like everybody's, I don't know, timetable is different. Yeah. For me, I like to give myself a year just so like I could purge all of those feelings. I could see myself with someone else. I could stop thinking about the other person, all kinds of, but everybody's different. Yeah. I can tell you this, for me, once the relationship is over with, it's over with.
Okay. So the next day, then, pretty much.
The next hour.
Go ahead.
No, the reason I say that is because for me, I'm usually the one ending the relationship, and I have gone through all of those feelings while in the relationship. Okay. So once it's over, I'm okay, done. Okay. Let's move. Mm-hmm.
So I think the reason I thought about this or asked about it is because it was a guy that was like famous on, I don't know if you ever watched Black Love on the OWN network. It's basically couples and they're telling their story and issues they went through, blah, 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 blah. So this guy was on that show, and it was mainly because his wife, well, I think they were dating at the time, they got married, but she had brain cancer, and he ended up singing her a song and went viral. So he became famous. The couple became famous, and he was with her through all of these different surgeries. And when Black Love was on, she was in remission. So everybody, they were going along doing well years. And then she got cancer again. So he's like posting his cancer journey and going like her treatments. I mean, they posted her literally to almost she was dead, like in hospice, everything. So everybody was just like he was loving on her, and I mean he was there for her that time. So anyway, a couple of months later, he pops up with another lady after she died, and I mean people were in the comments like nobody's business, and I kind of felt away too because we had seen this relationship and it just seemed kind of quick. Now he made some good points, which you're kind of alluding to. It's like, okay, so if I had waited a year and 1 day, then y'all would have been okay with it. Like, what's the difference? It's like, yes, I loved her. She's gone. He made it seem like he wasn't like out there. Like,
Playing it.
she gone by. Let me see who else out there. It's just like he found love.
Uh-huh.
And that's the first time I think I thought about it. Like, well, you know what? He make a good point, because if he had waited a year and a day, would that be any difference than, you know,
a pastor who comes up with a wife a week after the other wife died?
Nobody finds a new boo faster than them pastors.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, oh my gosh.
So
But
what was going on while you were married?
Possibly. But I do believe them women be like waiting. They be like, oh. Yeah, they be waiting. But anyway, that just made me think about that. So they're talking to Moses, back to Moses, and they were just really saying like he could have prevented it if he had you know, done things the right way. Also, them being in a relationship the way they are, they're just gonna get shots. Just people are gonna be negative at them. And the guy was just like, Moses was like, we got this or whatever. And he was like, you think you got it, but after you get so many negative comments, it starts to penetrate and affect your relationship. And we see it. I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a very high percentage of bad relationships or ended relationships amongst these reality stars. So he does need to watch out for that. Marceau mentioned he almost lost his marriage, and he was like thinking about the tough times and planning for them is different. So that's the advice. I thought, okay, that's pretty good. You know, you gotta, before your love is put to the test, you need to be mentally there and kind of plan for those bad times. So whatever the Scott guy thinks that he should meet with Destiny, and Marceau was like, no, you don't need to. And he was like, the other guy was like, Destiny needs to bless this situation. I don't agree with that. I don't think she needs their blessing. Now, it's up to them if he wants to clear the air and talk to her. Like, it's really up to him. But I feel like it's over. It's over, you know?
But for the mess, this was great because it revealed that old boy was lying the entire time.
Yes, that definitely came out. So we can get to that now. So he meets with Destiny, and I don't know if you noticed, because I was looking at them eyes when she came through the door. Did you see the eyes? He's a man, but he sure gave her the whole, you know, up and down look. Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that. I ain't see that.
He sure did. And I mean,
he's like scrumdiddlyicious.
So he trying to clarify that the relationship was after theirs. And so she was just like, hold up, you know, he claimed he didn't want to be hurtful. He was keeping it real because she felt like he was really trying to be hurtful to her. And he mentioned that she didn't show up to his birthday party. And he's been constantly saying that she wasn't there for him. And he said she wasn't giving him the time and attention he needed, and mentioned they should just become friends. Now, what you got to say? What?
One birthday party in April. When both of y'all and look, did you catch the fact that he was not flying down to Birmingham, wherever it is she lives, Birmingham, right? He wasn't flying down. She was flying. She was doing all the flying. Now, yes, both of them were paying. Got it? Okay, cool. But she has a son. Yeah. She has a job. Yeah. She got to take care of him. He wasn't helping, or at least he tried to say like he was, but it didn't come across that way. Yeah. It came across like somebody, like she had all of her facts. And then she also said between whatever time, January and August, he's saying I love you and good morning and all the other good stuff. Yeah. Like,
I know. No. She said he sent her money in August. With like, because she was like, so when do you know, he did keep those dates straight. He did say, I got the number July, we start dating in August. That's what he was consistent with that. What he left out is he was still in communication and telling this girl he loved her. Now, I do remember Stormy or Sunny. Oh, go ahead.
There was also, I don't remember exactly what he said because I was moving around, but he said something. He said we didn't want he implied that we, meaning he and the girl, whatever her name is, didn't want to hurt you. as if to say
Mm.
this was a decision that we both made together, so that we wouldn't hurt you. We're kind of playing it off like we're talking on the phone, we're getting to know each other, right? Doing whatever we might be doing, right?
Yeah.
And now we're going to say this: we're going to meet up at this place, and we're going to say that we exchanged numbers at this place, and we're going to say that we got together in August. That's what I believe really happened.
I don't think it was that where they went to the place. I just think they got their lies straight. Like, okay, we're gonna say, okay, what's the timeline? Okay, I feel like this. I felt like they just said though. I don't think they actually like, okay, let's go to this place in July.
Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
I just feel like they just got their lies straight or got it together. Now, what I believe, let me tell you what I believe. I believe that because remember Sonny at that podcast said he was dating other people when we got together, which makes sense. If you're getting somebody number 1 month and you're get somebody number 1 month and then if you're getting a number,
yeah, this is
got a little church finger out, that make you invisible.
She said you're invisible.
So if you're dating somebody in July, well, get the number July, dating in August, you technically could be in other relationships or dating other people. So that, yes. However, he never cut it. He should have cut it off with the girl because it sounds like he just ghosted her or whatever. So I believe they were in a relationship. He was trying to keep them both going, but he ended up actually falling. I do believe he fell in love with the girl, Sunny. I don't believe her and Destiny were as close as Destiny is making it seem like they are, but they knew each other enough where, it is very weird that, she's dating.
And I don't know. Okay. Is it plausible that, what's her name? Destiny?
Destiny is the one that he left. Sunny is the wife.
Okay, so Sunny. Is it plausible that Sunny was really just doing her job? Yes. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that Sunny made Destiny feel like they were friends? Yes. All up until the time that I'm getting my names confused. When the girl's sister, the one who got married, mm-hmm. her sister contacted who the jilted one, contacted her to invite her to some family function.
I missed that. What episode is that? Is that the next? Did you move forward? Is that episode 6?
This is when this is, Lord, what's the girl's name? The jilted one.
Destiny.
Okay, so Destiny was talking to Kimmy and somebody. Yeah, Kimmy and somebody else.
Yeah.
And she mentioned that. She was just like, yeah, like her sister contacted me. And I understand why Kimmy feels the way that she does. But look, if my sister contacts you, mm-hmm. we're building a friendship or whatever. If my sister decides that she wants to contact you, she's only going to contact you if she believes that you and I are really friends.
Right.
If we're just cool, mm-hmm. whatever, my sister's not going to contact you. She might like you as a person, but she's not going to contact you and invite you to something. So right. That's
she wouldn't even know. Okay, so I think I missed that part. If that's what she had said, that her sister invited her, because that to me, like for my sister to know somebody I am friends with or associated with, we have to be closer than just associates. You know what I'm saying? So mm-hmm. yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah. So we'll see. How that works out. But what else did I miss? I missed out the what's the girl?
Letitia, the long face.
Yes. And Ken, like they work out or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she started talking about her trauma. And she was saying how, and some people, I did go through a point where I would feel this way, like, oh my gosh, things are going so good. When is the ball going to drop or whatever? And you just can't live your life like that because stuff's going to happen. So I was just like, okay, let me just enjoy these good moments, whatever. But she had super crazy tragedy stuff. So it seems like she lost both her parents within a 6-month period. She lost her sister, and then her marriage started failing. It could have been because of the grief. Who knows? But all of that happened. And so she was saying how. Oh, go ahead.
I was so confused. On one of the previous episodes, she kind of like made it seem as if she was in a marriage where she was being abused, both mentally and physically. And now all of a sudden, in this particular episode, she's making it seem as if because she was going through all of this trauma, she wasn't talking, and the husband was trying to like get her to say something, and then she blows on him. She starts fussing with him, and it made it seem as if she was the one that was fighting and he was defending himself. Like that's how it came across to me.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't, because they were just saying how crazy they were. And didn't you say something about stabbing walls? Like they both were stabbing walls and stuff. And I'm like, that's really crazy. Like, I feel like I've been mad. I've never been so mad that I'm stabbing walls, or like, I don't know, like to me, that's like another level. And it could have been that where she had this like crazy, and so he's trying to control her, or could have been trying to stab him and missed and stabbed the wall. You know, who knows? So maybe we'll get more into that. But
there was something else that I wanted to say about her particular. I keep wanting to say character, but she seems to have a whole lot inside that she really needs to get out, and she's trying to contain it. I need her to go somewhere and get some therapy, because it seems like it wants to come out, and she is actively trying to contain it. I need her to get it out.
Yeah, and so I will say it looks in both of their cases, that Stormy girl and Latricia, I think her name is, they both, well, I'll just stick with Latricia. They both have, I would say they both have good men, it seems like that, because some people ain't gonna stay around for you stab walls, you know what I'm saying? So, and you crazy, but it seems like they stuck around, stuck around because they saw who they really were underneath the crazy. But even with a good guy that's gonna support you and be there for you, you still got to go somewhere to release it, because eventually it's gonna affect the relationship. Like he can only do something for so long, or you can only be this person, because if he changes in any way, then all of a sudden that's going to trigger her. Like even not even in a bad way, but like if he stops doing something that he's been doing, that could trigger the crazy.
But I want them to record the crazy. I want to see the crazy. Can we please see the crazy?
Yes. But what was interesting, and we talked a little bit about her ex-husband, how she was literally still married, but he
was too.
And he said still living with his ex when they start dating. So I'm like,
they're both each other's rebound and side chick, side dude.
Chuck and chick or whatever, yes. To the side. Yeah. And I have heard of people that are going through divorce or going through breakups, but we're on the same lease, so we got to wait. Or, I've heard of those situations, so it could have been that, but it was very interesting that all of that.
I waited until my lease was over to break up with somebody.
Like your days are numbered. You just don't know. What did you, when you put in did y'all have to do a 60-day notice or 30?
No, I don't even remember what it was. I don't at this point. I don't. Like, I don't. But I waited. Yep.
Oh, that ain't right. Yep. That ain't right.
It ain't, but that's what I needed to do for my sanity.
Oh my gosh. So, we kind of talked about Martell and the guy where he called his wife a side chick or whatever. Let me see. Oh, and he lied. So yeah, that was pretty much it for those 2 episodes. It's still good. Like I feel like the episodes have been good. I have not got a chance to look back, but yeah.
It's messy.
A lot of men. So are we staying on for Dubai, or
let's do Dubai, baby.
All right. So give me a second to grab my stuff. I will say, while I'm doing this, I went and watched a couple of episodes of the first season of Dubai, which was very helpful, because I felt like Love and Marriage Huntsville, I was somewhat familiar with the characters, So I knew, like, when I saw Martell or saw their faces, they looked familiar just from like passing by the TV. I didn't have history on them, but I knew them. Dubai, I knew nobody. I knew nothing. So I was like, okay, I need something, something. And I was like, let me just see how far I get. And I ended up watching more of the first season and not enough of the second. So,
which is why we're only doing one episode.
yes, we're only doing one episode. So I will say, so the characters, Ayan, that's the Kenyan African one. Okay, what's your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
First of all, she's too biggity. She looked like a damn. She looked like Skeletor. I do. I need her to stop. Now, look, does that mean like every time that she's on? No, there are times when she looks very beautiful, but she looked like she's dead, and she's mean.
Okay, so from the episodes I watched of the first season, the first initial episode of season 1, I did not like her because I'm just like, she was like talking down to people, and she was just like, I mean, like, you know how like girls, the ladies will go to a restaurant, she'll get there first and she'll be like, oh, I'm so beautiful. Oh, I'm beautiful today. You know, it'll just be like, what? And it's almost like, what is it? Doth protest too much or something? Like when you say stuff so much, it's like, do you really feel like that or what's really going on? But they also show some very sensitive sides. Like she was so fun with her friends and great mother and stuff like that. So when they brought up that pineapple in the episode, that's true. Like I really see that with her. I don't see it so much with the white Stan. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on her? Just from what you've seen.
Conflicted. And there were moments when I was just like, oh, she's the queen bee. And the reason I say she's the queen bee is because I've heard Andy talk about her on Watch What's Happening Live or What's Happening Live, whatever it was. I've heard her name be brought up. So clearly she must be the queen bee. And what I see happening on the show in general is alliances are being rewritten so that they can align themselves with her. And I never like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I have not, from what I saw in the first season, no redeeming qualities. She's mean and does not, like, she mean to her husband, she mean to her kids, she mean to her friends. It's just like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything, and she doesn't hold herself accountable to things, like, for the most part. I haven't gotten that far in season 1, but.
Can we talk about her husband, Sergio?
What you got to say about Sergio?
Ooh. Ooh. However, he a little bitch. He a little bit like, man, give us some space.
Yeah. And I will say in the first season, he is like a mama's boy, and his family grew up. They're clingy. They love each other. They talk every day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this, but she was sent to like a boarding school at a young age. Let's say like 8 or 9.
So very, very independent.
Yeah, and all the way to like pretty much she graduated. So she would see her parents a couple of times a year. So that's their relationship. So that's the relationship she also has with her son. I'm sure she loves Sergio, but she ain't for all that clinginess. So she definitely has, like, I feel like a couple of issues there with her parents and all that kind of stuff. What about Lisa? She's the Jamaican one.
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard with them. It's so hard.
To remember it, yeah.
So is she the one?
She's the one that hosted the brunch. So she came in with Ayan. And if you don't remember, yeah, it's fine.
There's one with a beautiful, beautiful smile.
That's her.
Okay. All right. With the white husband, the English husband.
I think they all got white husbands though.
Okay.
Yeah, but in case, enough of the recap. They start off with Ayan and Lisa, the Jamaican one. They meet up for. It wasn't. I thought it was tennis, but it was something.
Pickleball. Whoa. Like pickleball, they called it something different though. Yeah.
I don't know if it wasn't on this, but it was something they said that it started somewhere else. So it may have been started in Dubai and then moved to US and now it's called pickleball. But yeah, it's basically that. And I will notice from Ayan, she says dramatic African stories. Like, yeah, we we didn't do that. Like, it's almost like black people from the old, not the older days, but older black people, like, yeah, we had to do this or we had to do that.
We ran from the animals and went up the trees.
So she did that a lot in the first season but it was funny to me because like it would always be these, and I'm sure it happened, but it was just like very dramatic African stuff that she had to do. But anyway, because I think in season 1, she said she was promised to her cousin and they were supposed to get married. He had paid the dowry and all that kind of stuff. And she fell in love with the guy she's married to now. And she left, like, I don't know if it was like the week before or a month before they were supposed to get married. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And by the way, her son is super cute.
Yeah, he's handsome. And it was funny because it's only been 2 years, but when I saw him in this episode, I was like, wow, because he looks like a little boy in the previous episodes, but that 14 to 16 or, that growth spurt. Mm-hmm. So anyway, they discussed the Beyonce concert. I don't know if you remember when Beyonce, it was like it went viral because the end of this song, but they were there. And apparently there were seats close to the stage, and then there's the VVIP where Beyonce mama and Jay-Z and everything were. Where would you want to be?
I would want to be next to Beyonce. Like, if you're asking me, I would want to be next to Beyonce. I would want to be talking to Tina Knowles. Hey, can we get this picture? Because she likes taking pictures. So can we get this picture? I would like to be there. You know what I'm saying? However, the fact that they were like, I was closer to her than you were.
Yeah, it was a little childish, but it was, definitely giving Housewives. So Stansberry was saying that her and Ayan were going to meet up, but their relationship had been, what she called it, dry like the desert or something like that. So they were going to meet up, and like you were saying, they like rekindling this friendship that they didn't have. So Caroline, let me see. Oh, we already talked about him being super clingy, but they're about to build this new home that has kind of put a restraint on their relationship because they sold their home planning to move in, and they had to move in with one of her best friends, Michael. And Michael was in the last season. He was at the wedding and all this kind of stuff. They're supposed to stay 2 weeks, and it's been 12 weeks so far. Whew. And he asked them, and I don't know if I got this right, because she said he asked them not to do sex gymnastics. Is he saying no, don't do none in their house? And that could be a way to get them out. Too long. What can I do to get y'all out? And so, yeah, so I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, they got the home is there. They can make use of what they have there. It's empty, but yeah, he said no. And I don't know. I mean, do you respect your friend, or do you, like, how would he know if you're quiet? I don't know.
That's the thing. Okay, so Lord, if you're newlyweds, you probably want to get a little wild. I get it, but it's been 12 weeks. Yeah, he went all that time without asking. So he was trying to respect that. I'm with him. Yeah, I'm with him.
So I also thought it was interesting about the mortgage. She was saying the mortgage in Dubai, because she's 46, I think she said she was. They have to go through health checks and everything because they like, look, we got 30 years on this mortgage. We got to make sure you're going to be allowed to pay.
I would not pass. You want me to do what?
Okay. I'm like, I don't think.
Can I just put some more money down or something like that?
Right. What else can I do?
Do this.
Anything else. And so they also talk about Sergio wanting a baby. In the first season, they mentioned him wanting a baby too. And she was just like kind of anti-baby. But
first off, she's almost 50 years old.
Yeah. And she was never going to have it. It was more surrogacy. I think they were definitely going to do a surrogacy, but
Okay.
I think she was open to one. He wants more for sure, but it looks like they got a baby boy embryo that they're going to try to work with. What else? The other Caroline, the black one, she has I think it was called Glass House. It's a spa. No, it looks like it's a
The
hair.
drunk? You talking about the drunk?
Yes. Her. She has some type of spa, and her ex-husband is the contractor. And yeah, I was like, well, that's an interesting relationship, but beneficial, because to me, like, I always hear these horror stories about contractors and stuff like that, but you know he's gonna do it right, because I think they have kids together. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was just like a little intro to her. Oh, what about Sarah in this healing session? So that's the one where they were like beating drums and she was screaming in pillows and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, okay, because so she's ready to meet and fall in love with somebody, but she's kind of scared because she's been in some bad relationships in the past. And like people are abusing her, cheating on her, all this kind of stuff. And her son has witnessed all of this. But yeah, he craves like a father figure. So they go through this healing session and doing all this stuff over her. She's screaming in pillows. And I don't know, would you do something like that?
I would.
You would? Oh no. I'd be like pleading the blood of Jesus. I'm like, what y'all doing? I'm like, I came with more. I left with more than what I came with.
I would do it. I wouldn't expect anything to like actually happen, but I would be open to like whatever it was that they had to say, because perhaps whatever it was that they had to say would have some, some bearing on my life. And so it would, like, all the performative stuff.
Yeah.
But what they were saying really made sense.
Oh, okay. What was it, Phaedra that was doing something? It wasn't exactly like that, but Phaedra was doing. Yeah, I don't play around, because I'm just like, I don't know. And I will say, I've noticed that a lot of people that, and this probably is just me stereotyping, but a lot of people that do the healing stuff usually are the worst people. Like, it's like they going through all this healing stuff, but they don't end up being any better.
So you think she's a bad character?
I don't know. I don't think she's a bad character, because she was in the first season, but she was. I don't remember her, and I mean, I will say I'm not very far, so they maybe not have like
talked about her a lot.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I don't remember really anything about her the first season from the episodes I saw, but we'll see, because Ayan does not like her. So yeah.
Well, there's something about her that I really do like, and I can't put my finger on it. I sat and I tried to figure out why is it that I like her. Mm-hmm. I can't figure it out, but I do like her.
Yeah, I don't have any opinion. Like, I don't dislike her or like her, whatever. I feel like she's fine. Like, she could be a good character or a bad character. I don't know yet. I haven't formed.
But this peace love stuff that never works out on the Housewives. I was like, she gotta get in the dirt. Baby gotta get in the dirt. Peace, love don't work long.
Right. Because even Lisa, she's the Jamaican one with the pretty smile. She, I feel like she's nice and she can like resolve issues with people without like getting into the mess, but she can be messy and get into the mess. It's like, I feel like her person, I like her the best, I think, so far, Lisa. But anyways, she was going to soccer with her son. What did she say? And then I guess Caroline Stansberry hurt her feelings. They showed a clip of the last season where, Lisa has, I think it's called Mini Row. And so it's a maternity line, and she had been doing that for a minute, but then she realized, okay, my customer base, like, let's say I can only have the customer for so long. Like, even if they're a loyal customer, they're not going to be my customer for ever, because they're going to have this baby. They may have another one 2 years later. But so she started doing pregnancy and non-pregnancy clothing. But I guess at the reunion, Caroline was saying that she was stealing people's designs and somebody was funding her. So she don't like Carolyn right now. Don't seem like. So Carolyn and Ayan meet for lunch. The African Ayan, Carolyn Stansberry, meet for lunch. And so last season, I guess it's an African thing, but you're supposed to always bring a gift to people. And Ayan always brings the weirdest gifts to people. Like she brought somebody a goat one time. She brought somebody a pail of lemons one time. Like she don't bring like, oh, here's some flowers, here's a card. Like, yeah, a literal goat. And she was like, oh, thank you. I'm like, no, take that goat back with you. I appreciate the justice.
But wait. Okay, so I did watch a couple of episodes of season 1 of
Mhm.
Dubai, and I do remember somebody had like a weird. A lot of them have dogs. I do remember that. A lot of them have dogs, and I do remember somebody saying something about another type of animal. So depending on who she gave it to, it might have made sense.
So I will say she gave it to Lisa, the Jamaican girl, and she was happy. Her kids loved the goat, and I think the goat like escaped one day. They had to find the goat, and it was like a lot with the goat. Where I'm at the season, they still have the goat, but they're talking to their kids about giving it away.
Away.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm just like, and I don't know. It could be just like a dog or something like that, but. I, don't bring me nothing I gotta take care of, ma'am. And so anyway, so she brought her the pineapple because she was like me, you're sweet on the inside but kind of rough on the outside. And I have not seen the sweet side of Caroline, so Stansberry. We'll see if I see it. They discussed the Beyonce stuff, and the thing that I want to talk about is their kids going to US for college. And apparently Dubai is so safe. I have heard that too, that it's so safe. Their kids could just roam around, do whatever they want to do. And you're not worried about their safety. Where US, you got to worry about that. Like they could got anywhere. Anything can happen. There are guns everywhere. Somebody was saying that I don't know if they don't have guns in Dubai or even the military or the cops don't have guns.
No,
It was something.
they do not.
Yeah.
They do not. Only way that I know that is because there's somebody that I work with on podcasts. He lives there, and he's like, no, that's a big no.
Yeah.
No.
And so like it just
in fact, even crime, like any type of crime is like, it's almost like death penalty. Like I'm not saying that will happen, but it's severe. The punishment is severe.
Oh, yeah. So it's just so much going on in the US, but I mean, that's really a real concern because I mean, it's like hard for me to imagine being so free where your kids can just roam and do whatever without you worrying about their safety.
Now, how did you grow up?
I feel like my parents were worried about us even when my parents didn't let me.
You lived in Shreveport. I lived I lived in Ville Platte. I was gone on that little bike. I was gone.
We wouldn't have missed a drive-by shootings.
My mama was not worried. My mama was not worried.
Oh gosh. So yeah, so I guess you know that, but yeah. So in any case, she also mentioned her. I guess she had gone through the sterilization or a female circumcision. And I guess she shared her because they showed clips. She shared her story last season, and at this point, I wasn't quite sure if she was saying Sarah shared her story and said she was a victim, or if the person they were talking to. But I eventually learned it was Sarah that she was talking to. But it sounded like an awful incident where, any type of incident, like if you saw the Color Purple, they kind of did it, but it wasn't as dramatic as it actually is. But it is prevalent in Africa. But in any case, one other thing, last season, she constantly called Carolyn Stansberry old. And I think she said she was 35 last season, but they don't know how old everybody is because she thought her mama was 65. Her mama's 80. And she was saying she might be older than Stansberry, but she's still the hottest friend of the group. And yeah, apparently you can use your teeth, I guess, and find out how old you are. But that's a drastic 65 to 80.
I'm sorry, that woman is not hot. That woman is not hot.
I think she's beautiful. I do think she's beautiful.
I get that you're a model. Okay, I give you that. Put some makeup on, some hair, some clothes. Okay, all right. I mean, she's like this.
Yeah, she is very thin. I'm not gonna go. I do think she's beautiful. 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 I do think she's beau because sometimes when people, if people tell you how beautiful they are all the time, they don't be as beautiful because it's like, well, if you know it, then you know whatever. But I do think she's. I think she's beautiful. So, let's see. Talene. Let me see if I even want to talk about her.
Oh, the friend.
The drunk friend that
Uh-huh.
met up, but let me see. She
With
wasn't
a
on that.
coochie all out.
Yes. I was like, she was having a good time at the Beyonce concert. And so anyway, the girls meet for the good weather brunch, and that's where Lisa, I think it was all of them, but poor Ayan, she always like dresses way over the top. And she had on these heels that they were walking in the sand. And I wouldn't put those on to go anywhere. But yeah, she was struggling. So they all kind of, it was like their first, I guess, meetup of the season, and they're trying to like clear the air. So Lisa mentioned to Stansberry that she may have misjudged her. But you know, time will tell. So she'll see how it goes. And then Talene, yeah, she apparently was this big singer and was signed to Jamie Foxx, but she chose love over success and whatever. And so like she had a nice voice because they showed some clips. And Ayan was not happy with Sarah because Sarah was like, "Oh, I'm going to help Brooke, the drunk Caroline, in her healing journey." And she was like, "How dare you gonna help her with her healing journey?" And all of a sudden, I'm the victim for telling my story. So what I thought was interesting, usually on the shows, they keep the mess at the table. But Carolyn was like, "I want to eat my bread and carbs in peace. Can y'all take that over there?" And so they took it over there, did not resolve it. But I kind of see what Sarah was coming from because she was saying, I wasn't saying your story was a victim. I was saying you can't play victim because of that story, but treat people mean. So I got that.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because she is mean. The
Yeah.
woman is mean.
Yeah.
Everything about her is mean.
Not everything about her. I've seen some redeeming qualities.
Except when she's with her kids or her son. I really do like that. And there have been other times where she was cool, but she's mean. She's a mean woman.
Yeah, and she does have like mean girl tendencies, but I do see nice. I like her though, so I don't know. I see enough nice. At first, I did not like her at all, and then I was like, "Oh."
I do like her because every now and then she makes me laugh. Every now and then she says what I'm thinking. Yeah. So I do like her, but at the same time, she is mean.
Yeah, she can be mean, but that was the end of episode 1. So we'll pick up. I'll do a quick because we got to do 2 episodes. Well, we're 2.5 next week to catch up. I think we might be caught up.
How about we just do 2 and 3?
Huh?
How about we just do 2 and 3 next week?
Okay, that's fine. We'll do that, and then we'll eventually catch up because they just started this season. But yeah, so well, thank y'all for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know y'all thoughts. Do y'all like these characters on Housewives, not Housewives, Love and Marriage Huntsville, or Housewives of Dubai? Let us know. Love y'all.